more, start with 1 page. If you want to get fit, walk for 5 minutes. If you want to start a business, learn one new thing about it today. Because small progress daily becomes massive progress eventually. My friends, perfection builds pressure, but progress builds confidence. And confidence builds transformation. So stop waiting for everything to be just right. Stop delaying your dreams because you want to start like an expert. Remember, experts are not born. They begin exactly where you are standing right now, uncertain, imperfect, nervous, but willing. Life will not reward you for what you intend to do. Life will reward you for what you begin to do. So choose progress over perfection. Choose action over waiting. Choose growth over fear. Because the moment you begin, even imperfectly, the universe begins moving with you. My friends, before you improve your life, improve your mind. Because everything you experience out there begins in here. The quality of your thoughts becomes the quality of your actions. And the quality of your actions becomes the quality of your life. So if the mind is cluttered, confused, fearful, or drained, no amount of external effort will bring real growth. Imagine waking up in the morning with a negative, tired, or defeated mindset. Even the smallest task feels heavy. Even the simplest opportunity feels like pressure. Even the best advice feels useless. Why? Because the mind is not ready. A mind that is not strengthened becomes a barrier to progress. But a mind that is nourished becomes a bridge. Your life is shaped by what you repeatedly tell yourself. If your inner voice keeps saying, "I can't do this, I'm not enough, I'm not capable, things never work out for me," then even if the whole world believes in you, you will still hold yourself back. But if your inner voice gently whispers, "Let me try, let me take one step, let me see what I'm capable of," suddenly your entire world begins to shift. The mind is like a garden. What you plant grows. If you plant doubt, you harvest fear. If you plant regret, you harvest sadness. If you plant excuses, you harvest stagnation. But if you plant discipline, you harvest strength. If you plant gratitude, you harvest peace. If you plant belief, you harvest possibilities. Nothing in your external life will change unless you first change the seeds you are planting inside your mind. So many people keep trying to fix their life by changing their surroundings. New job, new people, new habits, new routines. Yet they forget the most important change, the change within. Without the right mindset, even the best opportunities slip through your fingers. With the right mindset, even the smallest opportunity can turn into a new destiny. A strong mind doesn't mean a mind without fear. It means a mind that chooses to move forward despite the fear. A strong mind doesn't mean a mind without doubts. It means a mind that chooses growth despite the doubts. A strong mind is built through awareness, awareness of what strengthens you and what drains you. So ask yourself every day, what thoughts are helping me grow? What thoughts are pulling me down? Which beliefs push me forward? Which beliefs keep me stuck? Because the moment you understand your internal world, your external world becomes easier to navigate. Train your mind to see possibilities where others see problems. Train your mind to focus on solutions instead of excuses. Train your mind to stay calm in discomfort, disciplined in chaos, and steady when everything feels uncertain. Improvement starts when the mind becomes stable, clear, and focused. My friends, your mind is your greatest tool. It can become your best friend or your worst enemy depending on how you train it. When you improve your mindset, your choices improve. When your choices improve, your habits improve. When your habits improve, your life improves. So before you try to improve your relationships, your career, your finances, your skills, improve your thoughts. Improve your inner voice. Improve the way you speak to yourself. Because once the mind evolves, everything else in your life follows. My friends, we often chase big breakthroughs, big miracles, big moments of transformation. We want to change our lives overnight, become disciplined overnight, successful overnight, confident overnight. But life doesn't work like a switch that turns on instantly. Life works like a sunrise, slowly, gradually, quietly, and consistently. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Let me share something with you. Most people don't fail because they are incapable. They fail because they stop showing up. They start with excitement but end with exhaustion. They begin strong but they don't stay steady. And the truth is, improvement is not about doing big things sometimes. It's about doing small things every single day, even when no one sees you, even when motivation is low, even when progress feels invisible. Imagine this. You go to the gym one day and work out for 2 hours. Do you become fit instantly? Of course not. But if you go for 20 minutes every day, slowly, quietly, without noise, your body begins to transform. It's the little actions done repeatedly that create big results gradually. Consistency is like water dripping on a stone. One drop means nothing. 10 drops mean nothing. But thousands of drops over time can carve through rock, not because the water is powerful, but because the water is consistent. Every small step you take, reading a page, practicing a skill, meditating for 5 minutes, learning something new, it doesn't seem like much in the moment. But these small steps are like bricks. Every day you lay one brick, and one day you look back and realize you've built an entire wall. But the reason people struggle is because they expect instant results. They want immediate change. And when the results don't come fast enough, they stop. They quit not because the goal was impossible, but because the waiting felt too long. Let me tell you something very important. Consistency is not about speed. It's about stability. It's about choosing discipline over drama. It's about doing what matters even when it doesn't feel exciting. Motivation is great, but it is temporary. Discipline is powerful, but it comes with practice. Consistency is the bridge between the two. If you rely only on motivation, you will work hard only on the days you feel inspired. If you rely on consistency, you will make progress even on days you feel tired, distracted, or uninspired. Think about the most successful people you admire. Not one of them got there through random bursts of energy. They got there by showing up again and again and again, even when it was boring, even when it was slow, even when it felt like nothing was changing. Consistency shapes your identity. Every day you show up, you silently tell yourself, I am the kind of person who doesn't give up. I am the kind of person who improves daily. I am the kind of person who honors my commitments. And when you believe this, your actions follow. So, my friends, don't underestimate the small daily habits. Don't underestimate the power of showing up. Don't underestimate the strength of quietly doing your work, even when the world is not applauding. A plant does not grow because you water it once with a bucket. It grows because you water it every day, a little at a time. Your dreams work the same way. Small progress, repeated consistently, creates unstoppable transformation. Keep showing up, keep taking small steps, keep moving forward. Because the magic is not in doing everything at once. The magic is in doing something every single day. My friends, if there is one habit that can quietly, steadily, and powerfully transform your life, It is the habit of learning something new every single day. Not once a week, not once a month, as every day. Because the moment you stop learning, you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing, life starts to feel repetitive, dull, and limiting. Learning is not just about books or classrooms. Learning is about curiosity. It's about keeping your mind open, your heart humble, and your spirit hungry. The world is a massive university, and every person, every experience, every challenge, every mistake is a teacher. If you are willing to learn, think about this. Your mind is the most powerful tool you own, and learning is how you sharpen it. If you don't feed it, it becomes lazy, dull, negative, and reactive. But if you nourish it, it becomes sharp, calm, focused, and creative. Learning something new daily protects your mind from stagnation. It protects your dreams from dying. It protects your confidence from falling. Every new thing you learn, no matter how small, adds another layer to your wisdom, your abilities, your personality, your understanding of life. Let me give you an example. If you read for just 10 minutes a day, do you know what happens in a year? That's more than 60 hours of knowledge, 60 hours of a sharper mind, 60 hours of growth, 60 hours of becoming a wiser version of yourself. If you watch one meaningful video a day, or listen to one podcast, or learn one new word, one new skill, one new truth, you start expanding your mind in ways you don't even realize. Learning daily does not change you instantly. It changes you gradually. It's like compound interest, but for your brain. Slow, steady, silent, but extremely powerful. And here is the beauty: learning is available everywhere. You don't need money. You don't need special resources. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need willingness. A 10-minute walk can teach you something if you observe. A 5-minute conversation can teach you something if you listen. Even your failures can teach you if you stay honest with yourself. Some people say, I don't have time to learn. But my friends, you don't need as time. You need a priority. You need the intention. Because we always make time for what matters. We scroll, we gossip, we worry, we complain, we overthink. But one small shift, choosing learning instead of mindless consumption, can rewrite your entire future. And learning doesn't only upgrade your mind, it upgrades your confidence. When you learn something new, even a little thing, you feel more capable. Your decisions improve. Your conversations improve. Your worldview expands. Your opportunities increase because your mind becomes more flexible, more creative, more prepared. Learning is not only about information, it is about transformation. A person who learns every day becomes wiser every day. A person who learns every day becomes calmer every day. A person who learns every day becomes stronger every day. You become someone who is not easily shaken by challenges. You become someone whose mind is not limited by old beliefs. You become someone who grows beyond your past versions. And the best part, learning something new daily gives you hope. It tells your mind, I am improving, I am evolving, I am becoming more than I was yesterday. My friends, the day you stop learning is the day you stop rising. But the day you commit to learning, even in the smallest way, is the day your life starts moving upward again. So learn a little every day. Read a few lines, listen to something inspiring, ask questions, observe deeply, reflect honestly, because the person who learns continuously lives continuously. And the person who lives continuously grows endlessly. My friends, one of the greatest acts of self-improvement is not adding more to your life, but removing what is silently destroying it. We often believe growth means learning new skills, achieving new goals, or taking on new responsibilities. But real, deep, long lasting growth often begins with subtraction, with removing one bad habit at a time. The problem is, most people try to improve their life while carrying the same habits that are harming them. It's like trying to sail forward with an anchor still buried in the sand. No matter how strong the wind is, no matter how hard you try, you won't move. The anchor has to be released for the ship to move. Your bad habits are those anchors. They slow you down. They drain your energy. They steal your focus. They disturb your peace. They blur your potential. Some habits don't look dangerous on the surface, but slowly, quietly, they pull you away from the person you want to become. For example, a small habit of procrastination. It begins with, I'll do it later. Then it becomes, I'll do it tomorrow. Then it becomes, I'll do it someday. And eventually, someday never comes. Opportunities fade, confidence drops, and potential remains buried. Or the habit of negative thinking. One negative thought creates another, and then another, until it becomes the lens through which you see the entire world. Even good things feel heavy. Even simple tasks feel difficult. Even happy moments feel temporary. Not because life is dark, but because the mind is trapped in a habit. Or the habit of complaining. Slowly, your mind becomes addicted to finding what is wrong instead of appreciating what is right. It kills gratitude. It kills motivation. It kills growth. You cannot rise in life if you are busy counting what is missing instead of valuing what is present. Or the habit of wasting hours on meaningless distractions. Scrolling, consuming, watching, repeating. You don't notice the damage immediately. But month after month, year after year, you realize how much of your time, your attention, your focus quietly leaked away. My friends, the truth is simple. You don't need to remove all your bad habits at once. Just one. Start with one. Because when you remove even one of them, everything else becomes lighter. Imagine removing the habit of overthinking. Suddenly decisions become easier. Stress becomes lower. Confidence becomes stronger. Imagine removing the habit of laziness. Suddenly your goals feel reachable. Your days feel purposeful. Your self-respect grows. Imagine removing the habit of comparing yourself with others. Suddenly peace returns. Gratitude grows. Authenticity becomes your compass. Removing one bad habit can change your relationship with yourself. But here's the challenge. Bad habits don't form overnight. And they don't disappear overnight. They are repeated patterns that have become comfortable. They feel familiar. Even if they hurt us, we cling to them because they feel easier than changing. That is why awareness is the first step. You cannot correct what you refuse to confront. Sit with yourself. Look at your life honestly. Which habit steals your time? Which habit kills your momentum? Which habit lowers your confidence? Which habit damages your peace? Once you identify it, don't fight it with force. Fight it with consistency. Replace it slowly with a better habit. If you procrastinate, start by doing tasks for 5 minutes. If you waste hours on your phone, limit it for just a little while. If you complain often, practice gratitude for one thing a day. Small replacements create powerful transformations. Because the moment you remove even one bad habit, something beautiful happens. Your life starts moving forward effortlessly. Your mind becomes lighter. Your heart becomes clearer. Your energy becomes stronger. Your future becomes brighter. My friends, you don't need to become perfect. You don't need to change everything. You don't need to transform overnight. You just need to remove one habit that is holding you back. And when you do, your entire life begins to rise. My friends, No matter how strong you are, no matter how disciplined you become, no matter how big your dreams are, you cannot grow in the wrong environment. The people around you are not just part of your life, they shape your life. They influence your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, and even the way you see yourself. You may not realize it, but your environment silently programs your mind every single day. If you surround yourself with negativity, doubts, gossip, laziness, and small thinking, even the strongest motivation fades. Even the brightest dreams become dim. Even the most determined heart becomes tired. And yet, when you surround yourself with people who uplift you, something magical happens. You feel lighter, you feel inspired, you feel capable, you feel supported, you feel encouraged to rise beyond the limits you once believed were permanent. People are either as an oxygen or as poison. They will either help you breathe or make it difficult to grow. Think about plants for a moment. A plant may have the best seed, the strongest roots, and the greatest potential, but if you place it in the wrong soil, with no sunlight, no water, and no nourishment, it simply cannot grow, not because the plant is weak, but because the environment is wrong. You are no different. Your growth is deeply connected to the company you keep. If you stay around people who constantly complain, you start complaining. If you stay around people who give up, quitting becomes normal. If you stay around people who make excuses, progress becomes optional. If you stay around people who only talk about others, you stop talking about your own goals. But if you stay around people who dream big, you will start dreaming bigger. If you stay around people who work hard, you will start working harder. If you stay around people who encourage growth, you will start believing in your own potential. And if you stay around people who bring light, you will naturally become brighter. Your environment either pushes you forward or pulls you backward. It either raises your standards or lowers them. It either feeds your strength or feeds your weakness. This is why it's so important to choose wisely. Sometimes the people you have known for years can be the ones limiting you. Not because they hate you, but because they are comfortable with who you used to be. They don't want you to change because your change forces them to face their own stagnation. Your growth makes them uncomfortable, so they tease you, discourage you, or doubt you, not because you're wrong, but because they're scared of rising with you. And sometimes, the people you've known for only a short time may support you more deeply than those who've known you forever, because their heart aligns with your direction, not your history. My friends, uplifting people don't just cheer for you. They challenge you, correct you, inspire you, and remind you of your strength when you forget it yourself. They believe in your potential even when you doubt it. They don't let you settle for less than what you deserve. They celebrate your wins, but more importantly, they stand by you through your struggles. Surrounding yourself with uplifting people does not mean you need perfect people. It means you need people with good intentions, honest hearts, and growth mindsets. People who value peace over drama. People who value effort over excuses. People who value honesty over ego. People who value progress over perfection. And this requires courage. Courage to distance yourself from those who drain your energy. Courage to walk away from gossip and toxicity, even if it's familiar. Courage to seek people who challenge you to evolve. Courage to become someone worthy of the environment you want. Because the truth is, to attract better people, you must also become better yourself. Be someone who uplifts others. Be someone who encourages growth. Be someone who respects dreams. Be someone who listens with compassion and speaks with kindness. When you grow internally, the right people naturally move closer to you, and the wrong people slowly fade away, not because you rejected them, but because they no longer align with your energy. Your environment is the invisible hand shaping your destiny. If you choose it consciously, your life will rise. If you ignore it, your life will shrink without you noticing. So choose people who inspire you. Choose people who challenge you. Choose people who believe in improvement. Choose people who remind you of your purpose. Because when you surround yourself with uplifting people, you don't just grow, you grow faster, deeper, and more beautifully than you ever imagined. My friends, there is a silent force inside every one of us that either pulls us forward or holds us back. That force is our self-discipline. Not motivation, not inspiration, not excitement, because all of these fade. But discipline stays. Discipline is the inner strength that whispers, "I do it anyway." Even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when your emotions tell you to stop. Most people wait for the perfect mood to take action. They wait to feel ready. But readiness is a myth. No one wakes up every day feeling inspired. No one wakes up every day feeling powerful. Even the most successful people wake up with doubts, with fears, with laziness, with hesitation. The difference is simple. They don't obey their feelings, they obey their commitment. Feelings change every hour. Discipline changes your entire life. Think about it. Your mind tells you, just rest a little longer. Your emotions tell you, it's too hard. Your fears tell you, what if I fail? Your past tells you, you've never succeeded before. And yet your discipline quietly says, keep going. That one voice, even if it's soft, is more powerful than all the noise combined. Discipline is the bridge between your current life and your dream life. Without discipline, dreams stay in the mind. With discipline, dreams move into reality. Look at anything meaningful in this world. A strong body, a stable career, a peaceful mind, a deep relationship, a successful business. It all has one foundation: daily, disciplined effort. But here is the beautiful truth. Discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you build, and you build it the same way you build a muscle. Slowly, repeatedly, consistently. Start small. Do one thing you promised yourself, then another, and then another. Because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you create self-respect. And self-respect creates discipline. Let me share a simple yet powerful reality. There are two types of pain in life. The pain of discipline and the pain of regret. The pain of discipline is temporary. It lasts for a few minutes or a few hours. It is the discomfort of doing what needs to be done. But the pain of regret, that pain lasts for years. It visits you again and again. It whispers, you could have done more, you should have done more, you were capable of more. My friends, choose the temporary pain that leads you to growth, not the lifelong pain that comes from waiting, delaying, and wasting your potential. Discipline is not about being harsh with yourself. It is about being loyal to your future self. It is about protecting your dreams from your excuses. It is about choosing long-term joy over short-term comfort. It is about becoming someone you are proud of. And the truth is, discipline gives you freedom. Freedom from anxiety, freedom from chaos, freedom from guilt, freedom from inconsistency, freedom from self-doubt. Every time you show up, even imperfectly, discipline grows. Every time you push through discomfort, discipline grows. Every time you choose responsibility over excuses, discipline grows. And as your discipline grows, your confidence grows, your identity grows, your vision grows, your capacity grows, your life grows. Imagine what your life would look like if you practice discipline for 1 month, for 3 months, for 1 year. Your entire reality would be different. Your habits would upgrade. Your mindset would transform. Your results would multiply. Your future would shift. You don't need to be the most talented. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need perfect circumstances. You just need to be consistent, especially on the days you don't feel like it. That is the day true discipline is born. So, my friends, stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect mood. Stop waiting for the right moment. Start now. Start small. Start imperfectly. But start with discipline. Because discipline is the quiet, steady force that shapes your destiny and turns you into the person you were always meant to become.